Why is it that when you go to the nail salon, it's a traumatic experience rather than a fun experience that you get the service that you paid for? Let me tell you, I finished my last exam this morning.
I was just traumatized in the nail shop. And I know that might be small to y'all, but let me explain what happened to me.
I don't know how you bitches be sitting in Walmart getting y'all toes and nails done. Cause I just went in there and got a pedicure for the first time. Not the first time getting a pedicure before y'all try to come. I meant in a long time.
All right, yeah, we need to talk because the nail salon drama I've been seeing on TikTok is actually wild. People are walking in for a fill-in and leaving with a butch nailed and a surprise 200 bill. How did we go from self-care to scam care? Let's take a look at these TikToks and then we're going to talk about the bigger issue.
I'm at the nail shop. I said I need a soak off, a full set with no chip French tip, right? The guy gets to do all my nails. He's about to pry my nails off with another one of those fingernails. Y'all know how they be doing. I'm like, oh no, can I get a soak off, please? He's like, oh, soak off, sure. I should have knew right then it was about to be some bullshit. So he does the whole entire full set, right? And there is a gap between my acrylic nail and my natural nail. So I'm like, sir, there's a gap between my nails. Like, I can't leave like that. So he's like, oh, I'll just put some nail glue in between it. I'm like, that's going to look terrible. I would rather you not do that. So he like, oh, well, let me just drill it down. So he tries to drill it down. That don't work. There's still a big ass fucking gap. So I'm like, no, there's still a gap. And he's like, oh, it's your nail bed. You know how they try to pull that shit. And I'm like, it's not my nail bed. And I'm like, I can't leave like that because if there's a gap between my nail and the acrylic nail, then I can get water in there. There can get mold and I can get a nail infection or whatever. He's like, well, no, it's your nail. Woo, woo, woo. Trying to convince me that I'm crazy. So then he's just like, well, I could take it off and then somebody else could do your nail. You know, he got a little attitude with me or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. Now, mind you, I'm trying my hardest to be nice and cordial, but the whole time he's doing my nails, like he's rushing. He seems like he's in such a rush. And this place is empty as hell. It's a rainy day. Ain't nobody thinking about coming to get their nails done for real. So I'm just the whole time like, why is he in such a rush? So they found somebody else to do my nails, long story short. And she did a phenomenal job. No gaps or nothing. She did an excellent job. Look at the nails. Look at the material. But that had just really made me mad. And I just don't be understanding why like some of the people at these little chop shops be trying to play in your face. Like, because the quality of the work is one thing. But literally having me leave with the gaps in my nails where I could get an infection, it's just crazy work to me. And then go try to gaslight me like I don't know what I'm talking about. And why come when she just did my nails, the same thing didn't happen if it was my nail bed? But I digress.
You know what I'm starting not to like with age, and I'm going to do it with the place right behind me, is getting my nails done. First of all, it take a million years. Second of all, half the time what I want, they're always telling me why I can't get it. And I don't remember that back in my day. And the lady that I had today, let me get in my car, hold on. Okay, I'm here. The lady that I had today, now I don't know what it is about the elderly people that be in there, but they're a lot more aggressive and I feel like I'm a good nail person, like client. Like, I've been getting my nails done for decades and I was really sick yesterday, so I was like, well, let me go out and do something that, you know, I'll enjoy. I usually don't get my nails done because I can't really get them done in residency, but I'm about to graduate, so I don't care, you know. Plus I'm going out of town, so I was just wanting like something simple, not standing out too much because I don't want to hear the yah back in residency, but like something that would be nice, right? And these are okay. I feel like I got them done for my sweet 16, but whatever, okay? Basically, I told him I want like a sheer pink. Like, I almost wanted like clear pink polish on my nails, but just a little more length. Child, these people just dip my nails in like pink powder. And as the lady's just putting a clear coat over what just looks like acrylic on my fingers, I'm like, I got a similar, like an actual gel color on my feet. So I was like, is it okay if I just put like one coat of the color on my feet on my hands? She hadn't even put clear polish on my hands. This lady's gonna throw my hands up. Oh my gosh. I took my AirPod out real quick. Like, what's the problem? Because first of all, why are you throwing my hand like that? The whole time I was listening to an audiobook, which is really good, by the way. And like, you know, when they're doing your nails and your feet at the same time. So the pillow was right there and I had my hand on it. And I rested my phone kind of on my pillow because I was kind of looking at things here and out. This heifer gonna pick up my phone and move it out the way, move my arm to the side. It was a lot. I'm like, do you want to fight? Do you want to square up in here? I'm not above it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is supposed to be a relaxing moment for me, yet you're being very aggressive and I'm not feeling relaxed. The lady on my feet, she did her big one. She did her job. You know what I'm saying? Then a young girl came and she put the polish on, and my feet, great experience. 9 out of 10. This lady with my hands, and my hands are like, they're okay. I probably won't have them on longer than a week. And I just got them done because I'm going out of town. I have a half a week. You know, I was like, you know what? I've been sick, didn't feel good. I had a really shitty week. Let me go get my nails done, you know, this nice Sunday and enjoy myself. No. Okay, no. They ruined it for the kid. And I won't be back. I checked my points because I put my phone number in there. That's another reason why I didn't want to go to this particular salon. And I'm going to say it because I'm going to move anyway. You know how they have point systems, right? So the last time I came here, I knew I had accumulated a lot of points. Never when I check out was I offered like, hey, you want to apply points? And for every 200 points, you get $5 off. I put my number in. I had over 1,000 points. So I'm like, hey, can I use some of my points that I have? And they were like all grumpy about it. And they were like, oh, you get $5 off. $5? And I have over 1,000 points. I haven't been here for 6 months simply because of that. So I found a new nail salon by my house where they were closed today. So that's why, and I don't even get my nails done like that. My feet, I get my feet done often. My nails, like I said, residency, they be hating on that. But sometimes I like to get my nails done because I enjoy that. I miss that. When I start working, I'm going to get my nails done routinely. But honestly, you just have to find the right place because it's really starting to feel like nail jail. And if you are in the Augusta area, I wouldn't recommend, okay?
Today was the first time ever that I did not leave a tip at my nail salon. So let's talk about it because I'm pissed. I have been going to this nail salon since they opened, bro. Since they opened in like 2018, 2019. Loyal customer, have always supported them. Recently, they have really amped up their service. Like, I will give them that. But today when I went to go get my nails done, one, I had my son with me. I almost never bring him with me, but it was a scheduling thing. He came with me. He behaved really well. But when I got there, the person who they put me with, I was like, oh, is it okay if someone else does my nails? He can do my pedicure and he can do my soak off, but I want someone else to do my nails. Because I know that particularly this nail artist, I knew I didn't really enjoy his work. The girl was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. So whatever, he sits me down, does my soak off, we go to the pedicure chair. While I'm sitting in the pedicure chair, he asks my son if he wants a bottle of water and then proceeds to touch my son's head. My son does not like being touched by strangers. I said, oh, please don't touch him. He goes to get the bottle of water, comes back, and he fucking touches him again. Whatever. My son just gives him a dirty look. He finishes my pedicure, and he's like, oh, you're getting your nails done too? I was like, yeah. I was like, but I'm going to have someone else do them. Remember this. I specifically told him, yeah, I'm going to have someone else do my nails. He finishes my pedicure, though. He's like, oh, you come back to my table. You come back to my table. You come back to table number 5. I'm going to do your nails. I was like, what? I was like, I'm someone else doing, like, while I'm mid-sentence, he's like, no, I do your nails. I do your nails. I don't enjoy confrontation that much, especially in a place where, like, I'm getting a service done. So I was just like, okay, all right. Well, I sit down, I pick out the nail design I want. I literally just picked simple polka dots because I knew I probably wasn't going to like the nails. He was being very aggressive, and I just did not, like, I was on edge the entire time. So he starts doing my nails, and he lays on the acrylic thick as hell. Like, literally, there's acrylic up to my skin. All the way up to my skin. He starts laying it on thick. They're shaped awful. I don't even know how I can show you guys this. My thumbs are going in 2 different directions. And every time I pointed out something that I didn't quite like, including the shape, these are almost all my nails are crooked. He was like, oh my God, ay. And then I think he started to notice I was becoming visibly upset by the service I was receiving, because every time he would do something, he would finish and be like, oh, look, so pretty. And I was like, because at this point I was just ready to be done. What makes you think that when I'm coming to your establishment and paying $120+ for a service that I don't have a right in, like I'm inconveniencing you when I'm telling you you're not doing something up to par? I could tell that he was talking shit about me with the lady that was sitting next to him, and at some point in their conversation, all I hear is, fuck you. So I can only imagine what he was saying about me, and he could tell by my facial expression that I was not happy. Like, I don't have the luxury of going with like an at-home nail tech, someone that's, you know, newer age, skilled, because my schedule is very stagnant, and a lot of the times I'm just a walk-in appointment. Like, I don't even get to make an appointment with the nail tech I prefer. That doesn't mean that when I am paying as much money as I pay for my nails, you get to treat me like that and be aggressive towards your customers, all because they want what they're spending their hard-earned money on done correctly. When I went up to pay, somehow these nails were more than I've ever spent in that establishment, and sometimes I've gotten really intricate designs, and yet polka dots cost me $140 along with a pedicure. Be so serious. I paid the money. I talked to the manager, who I'm really cool with. Like, he said he'll fix them for free, but now I have to take another hour and a half out of my day, another time, to correct what should have been done right the first time. I feel like I've been complaining a lot on here lately, but bro, I don't know. There's something in the air. Like, people are just acting crazy these days.
So today I walk into a nail salon happy and excited to get a fresh set. I sit down on the chair and I ask this guy, can you do this? I showed him a picture of my nails. I wanted this specific shape. And if you know me, you know I always do extra nails. But this time, since it was a salon that I've never been to, I was just like, let me test the waters and see what they can do. So I just put a plain, simple color, right? Even before he began, I started regretting. I was just like, bro, why the hell did I sit down here? Why? Because each step was completely off. Let me just show you. Let's just be honest. Did this guy play in my face, or did he fucking play in my face? Because there's no other option. And before you start asking me why I didn't speak up, I did. Even before he put the acrylic on my nail, the shape was so off, completely off. And I kept on telling him, no, you should shape it like this. I like it like this. I showed him the picture again and again. It wasn't even a picture. It was a goddamn video. Immediately after he finished, I looked at him and I was like, these are the worst nails I've ever had in my entire life. And I just left. To be honest, I'm not even mad, because I'm just like, whoa, I never really thought my day would come, but it did. And you might be next, so just watch out and never cheat on your nail tech.
I'm just really mad, and I just need everybody to know how mad I am. So I just left the nail salon, right? And my nails look fine. Like, it looks fine now. But I went in because I came to the nail salon maybe less than a week ago, to be honest. I break my middle finger on both hands, right? And I have like a chip on this acrylic. The acrylic is cheap, whatever, and I need to just get short nails because I just don't do well with long nails. Cool. So I come in to fix my nails. Granted, I know I'm gonna have to pay for 2 fixed nails, and I'm gonna have to pay for fill-in. And I didn't even really need a fill-in, but it was just like, okay, I'm already here, might as well get me a fill-in. Nice. So I get my nails done. First red flag, he is just complaining. He keeps trying to force me to get this like full set, and I'm like, I don't need a full set. Like, I was here less than a couple days ago. You're not about to take off all these nails. I'm gonna have to sit here for Lord knows how long. I have my oxtails slow burning at home. Like, I don't have time for that. That's one. So he had an attitude that I didn't want to get a full set. Okay, cool. Next, like I said, I had a chip on one of these fingers. So he's like, in order to fix the chip on the finger, I have to get a whole new set. No, I do not. Any girl knows you do not have to get a whole new set for one chip on my finger. It was a baby chip, and my nails is this short, and my nails were long as hell before. Why would I need a new set for this little piece? Because he wasn't even gonna fix it with the acrylic. He kept saying, no new set, no new set. No, I don't need a new set for this. And he's talking in his language, and he's cackling with his friends. This is, no offense, but I'm at like Asian Chinese, this just tends to happen in like nail salons. Like, everybody knows they're gonna laugh at you, they're gonna talk about you or whatever, but it's just rude as hell. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's rude. And his attitude is reflecting in his work. He's moving mad fast. He's just being disrespectful as hell. And then finally, let's say, like, you know, the hand rest thing is right here, and the gel thing is right here. He's like, put it in the gel. And he moves the hand rest like while my hand is on it, pushes it towards the gel thing. That was my last straw with that man. I just take disrespect to another level. Like, I just cannot, I cannot tolerate disrespect. So I literally lost my mind. Why did you think, sir, that it was okay to do that to me? You thought that you was going to do that to me and everything was going to be sweet. No. And he was just like, okay, like, I'm not doing your nails anymore. And I was like, what you think I expected? If you're servicing me and I'm paying for an experience. Maybe I don't want to hear you screaming and talking to your friends while I'm getting my nails done. No, I don't. Maybe I just want to relax. I'm on the phone. I can barely speak on the phone because all I hear is you in the background. It really irritates me crazy how they act in the nail salons. Like, like the second guy, like I was gonna tip him so good because like he took over from the other guys. I was gonna give him a good tip, and then I realized he had an attitude with me too because I was his little friend. Because at first I had green on my nails, but I didn't put it in the gel. It was on like 2 nails, and I was like, I don't really like it. I didn't even put my hand in the gel machine yet, so it wasn't dry. He didn't have to file it off. All he had to do was nail polish remover. And mind you, he like kind of tossed the thing on the table. So then after when he did that, I was like, oh, I got something for you. Then when he just went to go get my receipt, I said, you're disgusting. Your attitude is disgusting. And I feel like when I tell somebody they're disgusting, it just eats. I literally told him, I was like, you're not going far because you're just disgusting. And it reflects in your work, your attitude, and your mannerisms. So you're down bad. And I snatched the receipt from him and I was like, thank you. And I was gonna tip you good, but no. And then I spoke to the manager. I was like, the service today is disgusting. Your workers are terrible. You need to hire a whole new fucking crew. I'm done.
I'm so freaking pissed. I am so mad I can spit. I finally decided to go and get my nails done. After like this long hiatus of, is that the right word? After not getting them done since like January, I was tired of walking around with my fingers looking like feet. So I said, I'm going to go and get my nails done. It's Sunday. That was mistake number 1 because it's not a lot of options. Only a few salons are open on Sunday. But I was like, oh, I've been here before. Let me just go and get my nails done. Get in there. It's a little full, but not crazy. So the woman told me, oh, have a seat. A black woman and her daughter. Her daughter was the little cutest thing. Like, oh, so cute. Come in. She said, I want to get her nails and her feet done. The woman had her sit down. When she sat down, she's waiting like I'm waiting. We start to see more people coming through the door. All of a sudden, she tells the woman who's been waiting there now, I would say about 25 minutes, oh, we can't do her nails because she's too young. How old is she? And the woman says, oh, she's 3. Okay, yeah, she's too young. We don't do we just do gel polish on the girls when they're 4 and older. So then why did you have my baby and me sit here for almost 30 minutes to tell me you can't do us? Because people coming through the door, more money, bigger money coming through the door. She calls me over to her station. I come over, I tell her I want a full set with powder. I don't want any polish. I just want like a colored powder. Cool. Instant freaking regret. After the first nail, I should have said, you know what? Never mind. I'm good. I was filing my nails and shaping them. As she's shaping them, people are coming through the door. So it's kind of getting busier. And I noticed she started to speed up on me. You can slow down. Long story long, okay? She finishes filing my nails and she tells me to go wash my hands. But I'm looking like there's no way she's done. Maybe she just wants me to get some of this dust off so she can see her work better. No. She goes over to get the nude polish because she's like, if you don't like the color, I'll give you nude. She go get the nude polish and she's like, getting ready to do my nails. And you not done. This right here. This is what my nails look like. And I haven't eaten chicken, so they're probably a little greasy. But look, this is what my nails look like. And she was getting ready to seal me off with a top coat like she did. Like she did her thing. Like she put in work. I said, oh, no, ma'am, I'm good. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. She's like, oh, do you want like a top gel coat? I don't want nothing because now I got to go get my file, reshape my nails, and then do my own top coat, because this was a waste of my time. This is why I'm pissed. Because just to get what I got done, this half-ass nail job, $47. And then I tipped her $10 because it's in my nature. Like, in my line of work, that's what you do, you tip. So I tipped, and I want my tip back and my money back. Now I realize why I don't get my nails done. Anyway, how's your Sunday going? Mine is fantastic.
I'm literally never getting my nails done ever again in my life. Literally, look at this. I'm so mad. Oh my god. Literally, I hate my nails. Oh my god. I'm never again. I will do them at home for the rest of my life. Literally, she was trimming my nails down like my real nails. She was cutting all my skin on every single one, and I would like go like that. And then she got to this hand, and she was like, "Am I hurting you?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's really hurting." And she was like, "Okay." Proceeds to cut the rest of them, and literally she cut half my finger off. I'm so upset. Oh my god. And then I kept telling her to make them shorter and less pointy because I don't like them. And she wasn't even, like, she was barely trimming them down. And then I went to check out and she was like $50. And I was like, bro, no. Like, I'm not paying. I'm sorry. Like, this is stupid. Like, you can't see them, but like most of my finger, like my I can't even talk. Like, most of my fingers are cut. And I was like, I just don't feel like I, like, should pay that. I don't feel like I deserve to pay that. And she just looked at me, and I was like, do you have a manager? And she called the manager over there, and I know I embarrassed her so bad, and I feel bad, but like, freaking, like, I'm gonna have to, like, what if it gets infected? And then she proceeded to touch the blood from my finger and wipe it on the towel, and then she used all the tools on my finger that was bleeding. So my blood is all over their tools. And then, here's the best part about it all. The manager goes, I'll give you 20% off. Oh, never again. And I was supposed to get my toes done. And I didn't even get my toes done. I just wanted to leave. And I hate them, and I just wanted to leave. So now I'm going to cry about it all day.
I can tell you with the utmost confidence right now that I would never be coming back to this nail salon ever again in life. So let me set the scene for you. I worked last night, got off, drove all the way home, and I'm a commuter for work, so it takes me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get home. So I got home, had enough time to shower, slept for like 30, 45 minutes, and then I drove to Tuscaloosa because that's where my hair appointment is, so that's 2 hours. And then I got my hair done. My hair looks gorgeous. My girl did an amazing job, and I do not mind driving for her because I think she's perfect, right? And then the nail salon that I used to go to in school when I went to Alabama, this is the one that I've been going to off and on just because I haven't been able to find a nail place that I like where we currently live. Anyway, so I came here, and as I said, I went to Alabama, so this is in Tuscaloosa. And what is it right now? Right now it's Bama Rush. So all these sorority girls are coming in and they're getting their nails done. No shame on that. I think it's great, and I love Bama Rush TikTok, whatever. But it took them almost 4 hours to do my nails. So I got a pedicure. I got like the deluxe pedicure, whatever, and it usually takes 55 minutes. I've gotten it many, many times before. It usually takes about 55 minutes. This time it took 3 hours. And mind you, I'm already sleepy and I'm like dozing off, and he's giving me like very light taps to tell me when to move my feet. And like, obviously if I'm sleeping, I'm not going to feel like, you're going to have to put some force behind it and, you know, tell me, you know, what you want me to do, or just like put my foot down. Like, I don't mind if you like pick my leg up, put my foot down, you know, whatever you have to do. It doesn't matter to me, right? And so like he was getting frustrated that I was falling asleep. Like, I was getting frustrated with him because he was getting frustrated with me. He's like, let's just work together. Let's work together. Okay. And I'm not in love with my toes. They're like really splotchy and like it's lopsided. It's a lot going on, but whatever. Their toes, like the polish is on the toes. It's fine. Right. I don't really wear open toe shoes anyway. It's just for my own appearances. Right. And then I got my nails done. The last 2 times that I've had my nails done here, I've had a really bad experience. I'm gonna say that I'm to blame for that because I'm not booking appointments with the people that I like to have, just because my schedule is just so dynamic. Like, it changes all the time and I never know what's gonna happen from point A to point B anyway. So I get this guy. Well, first I'm sitting at this one table. They're like, no, actually we're gonna go sit you at this table. So I sit at the other table, I'm sitting down. He's like, hey, what do you want? I was like, hey, can I just get a dip manicure? I'd already been soaking off. First of all, when I was sitting in the pedicure chair, he had my hands dipped in this acetone for the majority of the 3 hours. And I was like, can I take it out? Can I take it out? He's like, no, I can't take it out. And my nails felt so weak and my hands were so dry. Literally, you can kind of see it's like peeling still. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, so he starts doing it and he's like, what color do you want? And I was like, can I have bubble bath? So that's the color that I have on my nails right now. They're super cute. And whatever, he put my hand down on the towel, like whenever we were done, and he was putting like the final top coat on, and it got stuck to the towel. And I was like, oh no. And he's like, I told you, don't touch the towel. First of all, no, you didn't tell me that. Second of all, why are you screaming? Like, have some decorum. Like, remember why you were invited. Like, be for real. So everybody's looking at me and I'm just like, sorry, like, what do you want me to say? And I understand, like, he's probably really frustrated because of, like, Bama Rush and all these people are coming in, they're asking for all these things. He's probably really overstimulated. But babe, I'm a nurse. I'm also overstimulated and I'm super tired. And I had a really, really bad experience. And again, like I always say, I would rather drag my bare coochie down I-65. The fact that I hate getting my nails done and I had a bad experience on top of that just makes it really not my favorite thing in the whole wide world. But anyway, I'm gonna go home and go to sleep because I have to pack because we're leaving for California in the morning.
I just left my nail salon without tipping the girl that did my nails. I've been coming to this nail salon for 7 or 8 years. And when I tell you, I've never experienced somebody this rude, this unprofessional, and just like bad at their job at this place. I'm like literally in shock right now because I cannot believe that just happened. So let me start off from the beginning, right? I sit down in this girl's chair or whatever, and there's like already some colors in front of me. She's like, what color do you want? We're talking about what I want. This is not what I wanted, okay? I wanted a chrome French tip, but as she started to do my nails, I totally got the vibe that this girl was not as experienced as the other nail people in this nail salon. Now, the nail salon I go to is like known for like designs and like crazy nails and stuff like that. But this girl, she was giving, first of all, new, because I've been coming here for 7 or 8 years and I've never seen your face before, never heard your name before, which is fine. They can hire new people. And second of all, she was giving off like, I don't really know what I'm doing type of things to your nails. She starts to do my nails, right? And I have hyperhidrosis in my hands and in my feet. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically sweaty palms and sweaty feet. I can't get into like why my hands sweat. It is what it is. And I always tell people like, hey, you know, I have sweaty palms just in case they want to wear gloves. Like, I get it. You're grossed out. I gross myself out with it sometimes. But this girl, I tell her that, right? And then she proceeds to like, when she holds my hand, she goes, oh, your hands are sweaty. Bitch, I just told you that my hands might get sweaty. Like, I just fucking told you that. Do you have to be so rude about it? Like, she was so rude about it that the person that was sitting next to me was looking at me like, what the fuck? And to top it off, so she starts cutting my nails, right? Tell me why this girl not only cuts my cuticle, but then proceeds to like, when she's actually cutting my nails, she starts to like cut my skin, literally cut my skin. And so I pull my nail away and I'm like, you cut me. And she's like, oh, hey, I'm so sorry. And then so she goes back to like cut my nails again. She fucking cuts my skin again. And tell me why this time she starts laughing. Like, what are you laughing about? It's not funny. Like, you're not good at your job, homegirl. And then she's putting on my Gel X extensions, right? Mind you, I get Gel X all the time. And like I said, I come to this nail salon all the time. This bitch proceeds to tell me, oh, your fingers are crooked. Like, no, my fingers are not crooked. You just don't know how to do your job. Like, oh my God. So at this point, I'm like, so fucking annoyed, and she's taking forever, right? For fucking ever to do this job. Like, I've literally never sat in a chair to get something so simple done before. On top of that, these are shorter nails than I normally get, so I'm like, what the hell? We get to the point where she's like actually painting my nails, right? And at this point, I'm like, never mind with the design, just do like this solid color, and if you can put chrome on top, that'd be great, right? Tell me why this girl proceeds to tell me with these shorter nails that my nails are going to be $120. $120. I've never, even with my longer nails, paid $120. So at this point, I know this bitch is overcharging me. She's completely overcharging me. And she puts the little paper and like slides it down next to me with all the prices, like face down, right? So when she gets up to go get the color, I flip it over and I do the math in my head because it's like line by line. Like, you have to circle what you're charging the person for. And I can see that this is supposed to be like $75. So whatever, right? I don't say anything because I don't want to argue with this girl. Like, I just don't want to argue. I don't even want to be in her chair anymore. So I let her finish my nails. I get up and I go to the register to pay, and I'm like, hey, she's told me that my nails are going to be this much. Can you make sure that she calculated it right? And the guy's like, no, your nails are $75. What? Oh my God. I'm like, this is why, see, I love my nail place. That's why I'm not going to say the name and where it's at, because I love this nail place and I love everybody else who works in it. But this is why I need to go from just having a nail place to actually having a nail person, because there are certain people in there. Everybody else, like I said, does a really good job, but there's just certain people in there that do like amazing. Like they're so good. And I just need to just start requesting certain people when I get my nails done, because I can't ever have this happen again. I just can't. I'm so frustrated, so annoyed. But let me know if I'm wrong. Like, would you guys have left this bitch a tip? Like, should I have tipped her? Was I wrong? Because she did do my nails. But like, homegirl was so rude.
Today was the first time I spoke about the nail salon because, okay, ignore me crying. I hope I'm getting my period soon, but I genuinely like cannot stand being a girl right now. So I wanted a light yellow, okay? I went in for a light yellow. I'm searching through things. I should took a picture of what they had the yellow listed as. And I pick out a color and he brings it over and I got dip and I'm looking at the color and I'm like, that looks pretty orange. Okay. Like that looks orange. So I tell him, I'm like, hey, like this is the color I want right here, like pointing to it. And he's like, yeah. Like the numbers lines up. He shows me the numbers lines up. And I'm like, okay. Again, it's also labeled salmon. And I'm like, are you sure it is this color that's pictured right here? Because this is the color I want. Like I want a light yellow. He's like, yeah, it'll look fine. He's doing my nails. He finishes my nails. I can't even show you. They're orange. They are lit. Like the camera's not doing them justice. Do you see that? They're orange. They're literally light orange. They look like a creamsicle color. And I was like, you're joking. I literally said I wanted them yellow. So he finishes and I get up and I'm like searching through the colors because he took away the little thing that has all the colors on them. So I finished my nails and I'm like searching through the colors to find them because I'm like, that is not the fucking color I asked for. And one thing is, I'm done spending money on a service if it does not look good. Can we start normalizing tipping people the amount they deserve to be tipped? Because my family's always like, yes, you tip good, tip good, tip good. But if you don't fucking do good, I'm not tipping you good. Sorry, but your service doesn't just include the tip unless you do the average job. I'm not saying you should do amazing, but just do average and bare minimum and I'll give you 18%. But if you can't do that for me, I'm not giving you 18%. So I literally am looking through the colors and they're like, is everything okay? Because this is like after it's done. They're like, is everything okay? And I'm like, no, this is not the color I asked for. I was nice about it, but because I was trying not to lose my mind the whole time he was doing with my nails, because I'm like, this is not, I kept thinking, because with dip, you have to file it down and then do a clear coat at the end. So I kept thinking maybe it's going to lighten up and look yellow at the end. So I was trusting the process and the process did not fucking go through. So I'm like, this is not the color I asked for. I'm like searching through all the things to find it. And I find it and I put it next to it and I'm like, I'm not crazy. Also, literally bleeding here. Cannot stand when they make me bleed. Anyway, and I'm like, I'm not crazy. And he didn't even do a good I'm like, I'm not crazy. This is the color I asked for and this is what I got. And they're like, and then like all three workers come over and are looking at it and I'm like, you fucking see it too. You see that it's not the color I asked for. And they're like, oh, well, like it's labeled salmon. And I said, well, I told him specifically, this is the color I fucking want and I want it to look like this. I said yellow. I want light yellow. And they're like, oh, well, like we could paint it over. We can change it that color. And I'm like, I just sat here for an hour. You're not doing, like, you just went through all this process of my nail. I already hate when I have to go under the UV and like the stress it puts on your nail to buffer it off. I'm like, I'm not doing that now. Like, I'm literally not doing that. And they're like, oh, well, we could change the color. I'm like, I literally was just like, can you just update your fucking color? Like, update your colors because you shouldn't have wrong colors on your thing. You shouldn't have it as showing one color because that is what people are looking at to get the color. And if you know it's wrong, tell the person when they're asking, does it look like this? And then I'm checking out and I'm like so angry because like I did not want this. I gave a tip, but I should have gave way less of a tip than I did because I was pissed the fuck off. But the guy, not one care in the world, the actual nail tech who did my nails did not give a fuck. The lady at the front desk was like trying to be nicer about it and she was like, oh, if you like come in a week, we'll change the color, no. My only thing is like, getting dip is annoying on your nails. You have to shave it all off and and just the process. Like I don't have unlimited hours in my day. I don't want to just come sit in the nail salon for an hour to get the color changed. I'm just so pissed off, but I had to speak up about it. I had to like argue with them about it because I was like, this is not happening right now. This is a completely fucking different color.
I never thought that I'd be one of the people to make a video like this, but today has to be the day because this is a lesson that I will learn for the rest of my life. I walk into a nail salon, I basically tell them that I want a fresh set, I want an acrylic on my toes and also on my nails. Initially, my first thought was, okay, let me get a design. But because I typically go to somebody else, I'm thinking I don't trust them with a design. My first red flag was they kept asking me to do gel. I kept saying, no, I don't want to do gel. I want to do regular nails. And they kept saying, no, gel will make your nails better. And in my mind, I'm like, this is definitely an upcharge tactic. Like, they definitely want me to do gel because it makes them more money somehow. So they sit me down with somebody after I've said no to gel multiple times. And they sit me down with a guy named Kevin. This is also no shade to Kevin because he was great to me during the whole process. It's literally just the end of this story where things go bad. But so Kevin sits me down in the chair and he says, oh, we're going to do gel. Now, keep in mind, I've said no to gel several times, but you guys as girls know how it is in a nail salon. They refuse to listen to you most of the time. And also even speaking up for yourself is already just a scary task in itself. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to do the gel. So he starts deciding like different designs he's showing me and I tell him, no, I don't really want any of these. And I decide on a basic French tip. He asked me like what kind. I tell him just one acrylic. He asked me the size. All that's normal standard stuff. The entire nail experience was fine, it was normal, but I started to notice that I felt like things were maybe awry after he kept asking me, do I want to do certain things? I'm thinking to myself, he asked me like, do you want your cuticles cut? What service have you ever done in your nails where they don't just cut your cuticles? Never was I expecting a cuticle cut to be an upcharge or anything like that. They just said, oh, do you want this done? Duh, I'm getting my nails done. Like, that's a part of getting your nails done. I get to the end. I'm the last person in the chair at the end of the day. I feel super bad for him. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm going to tip him super well. He was so kind to me. The whole experience was pretty good. So I get to the front. I tell him I want to tip him. I'm like, how do I tip you? He says, oh, just at the front, they'll give it to you. So I'm there with the manager now because he's left. At first, I thought that was a little sus, but then I realized, like, okay, maybe, if I'm the last customer of the day, like, that's normal. He just needs to leave. So I get to the front, and this lady starts asking me what I got done. She's like, did you get a full set? Did you get acrylic? I'm like, yes, I did. Can you guys guess how much they charge me for a simple French tip and a French toe? I know you wouldn't be able to guess it because in my life, I've never been charged this much money. They charged me $279 for a French tip, toe, and my nails. You guys look at this and tell me if in your life you would have guessed that this would have cost that much money. So obviously at that point, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what are you talking about? $279? How does this add up? They start telling me that it was the gel, whatever. It's added an additional $55 for my toes and for my nails, which is crazy. I bring up to the lady, the manager, I'm like, I asked him several times how much it was going to cost me because I wanted to know before I got up here. I'm assuming based on my bank account how much I'm going to give him plus tip. She basically tells me I have two options. I either find the money out my ass or she calls the cops on me. So at that point, I was like, I would rather deal with the cops because clearly you have no intention on being kind to me, nor are you understanding the complete miscommunication that this whole situation was. I asked the man several times how much this was going to cost me. I said no, both to you and to him about gel several times, and you guys still pushed it on me. So at that point, she's like, oh, I have to stay here. Are you serious? I'm like, yes, because you're not willing to work with me. Any other manager at any other place would understand the fact that this is a complete miscommunication. But you gave me the option of calling the cops on me, thinking that would scare me. So I said, no, call the cops. So I call my roommates, I call my friends, and let everybody know what's going on because I'm alone in this. She calls back the man. The man basically talks to me. Now all of a sudden the manager says that the man doesn't speak good English, so that he probably didn't understand me. Then the man brings his wife along with him because now she's his translator. I think that's crazy because this whole time I've been talking to him like everything's fine. His English may not be the best, but he definitely is well enough educated to understand what was going on, especially after I asked him how much it was going to cost me. He comes up with an excuse. He says that the prices are listed there and that he didn't know or whatever the excuse was. At that point, I tell him, I'm not even mad at you. He tells me, please, I don't want to get fired. I tell him I completely understand. Like, I'm not really mad at you at the situation. It's truly a miscommunication. I'm like, if this manager was sane, she would understand that and provide some type of leeway. So the end of this is pretty much my roommate comes, who also happens to be white passing, and he makes a negotiation with her. Along with the cops. After talking to the cops basically explained to me I have no choice but to pay. I'll tell them the whole situation. They're like, well, the cop even says I should have just left. I should have just left, but I didn't leave because I thought to myself, you're not going to make this a racist situation to where this random black girl comes into the salon and tries to steal from us. And this is what upsets me about being black, is my assumption here is that you're going to basically make me a villain over a situation that could have easily been solved. So now my white passing roommate has come and he's agreed to pay for half of it. And as I'm talking to the cops, my white roommate tells me that the conversation that was had after I left, she tells him, thank you for being respectful, thank you for being kind, basically saying if he ever needs anything, that they can negotiate, that they can work it out. Where was that energy for me? Where was that energy for me? We've been waiting for a cop for 10, 15 minutes. You never felt respectful to me. You were never kind to me. Why? Even the people, whatever, the man who did my nails is over here saying, oh yeah, please don't fire me. You're clearly a problem to everybody in here. Not even just me. But I think it's crazy that a white man comes into the situation and you're thanking him for being respectful. And keep in mind, this entire time, I'm maintaining a certain tone because I knew that this would be a race issue. I was like, you know what? This whole thing feels like a race issue. So if I act out or start yelling or get loud, I'm going to be listed as the problem. So even without me even doing that, you've still found a way to talk to the white guy in this who just got here and tell him thank you and offer him the same grace that you should have fucking had for me. So the situation ends, I leave, but I'm learning this lesson for the rest of my life. I will never go to another Miami nail salon. I'm going to the girls who are in the house because they're chill as fuck and they're not rude, they're not racist, and they're respectful. Do not go to the Venetian Nail Spa at London Square and Country Walk. That's exactly where it is. And if y'all really fuck with me, please send them a review and let them know about this experience because there's no way that they can leave this situation scotch-free. It's not hard to do a French manicure. If you work at a nail salon, you need to know how to do a French. Like, about to give y'all some free content because this is what a French looks like, okay? What gets me is I'm telling her while she's doing it, I'm like, hey, I want it like this. Hey, can you fix this? Blah, blah, you know, like, and she's brushing me off talking about, oh, I'm gonna fix it at the end. I'm gonna fix it at the end. Gets to the end, it makes it worse. I get you can't do designs and like other like drastic things out of normal nail salon, but it's a fucking French. I told her I wanted square, I told her I wanted them thin, and I told them I wanted the line curved. None of that is on my toes. Then she's trying to justify why it didn't come out right. Like, bitch, it don't look the way I like because you don't fucking listen, bro. And then I gotta pay you? And yes, I walked out without fucking tipping because who the fuck can't do a fucking French at a normal nail salon?
Why is it that when you go to the nail salon, it's a traumatic experience rather than a fun experience that you get the service that you paid for? Let me tell you, I finished my last exam this morning. I'm like, oh my goodness, finally, let's pamper myself. Let's celebrate. Let me go get my nails done. I've been to this nail salon before. Last time they did a great job. I'm like, this time they're gonna do a great job. I sit down and the person that's gonna do my nails sits down and he like starts going really fast. I go get an acrylic refill. So he takes out the acrylic powder, he takes out the monomer, puts the brush in the monomer, goes into the acrylic powder, and the brush is not picking up the powder, like it's not forming the bead. So he keeps dipping the monitor in the powder. It's like a big old acrylic bead is forming in this acrylic powder bowl and he can't get the powder to stick to the brush. So he's fighting this thing. Finally, he figures it out and he gets the bead to stick to the brush and I'm like, this is not gonna go well. He puts it on my nail. After he puts it on my nail, he waits too long to like brush it through. So imagine this is a nail. He puts the bead here and it don't move. The bead, it don't move. It's just like chunks of bead at the base of my nail, nothing at the tip. It's just my old acrylic at the tip. So I was like, you know what? Everyone has a different way of working. Because this one time I went to the nail salon and the lady started horribly and it was literally the best that I could ever had. So I was like, you know what? Trust the process. And really badly lays acrylic on all my nails. And then I was like, okay, he's just gonna use the e-file to clean it up. No, he doesn't use the e-file. He uses the regular nail file and he just starts going like this, manual. Old school. I was like, is the e-file not working? Like, what's going on? Old school. Mind you, there's no acrylic or new acrylic at the tip. It's only at the base right here. So every time he's going like this part is getting thinner, thinner, and thinner, and this part seems like a mountain. It's literally like this. And then he finally starts using the e-file. He uses the e-file, he shapes up my nails, and he asks me, do you like the shape? I go like this. I'm looking at the TV. I go like this. I'm like, yeah. And I keep watching the TV. He keeps doing his thing, and then it comes time for the design. This is the first design that I asked for. So I was like, hey, how much is that design gonna cost? And they're like, $15. And I said, no thank you, because last time I got French and it was $10. Why is this one $15? It's a thinner line. Ask for this color. We don't have that one. Okay, cool. Third design, hey, can you do this? Like, how much is chrome gonna cost? $20 extra. no thanks. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a plain color. If he can't lay a powder, he probably can't do a design. So I picked a color. The color that I picked showed all the true colors. Why was my nail bumping and grinding? Why was my nail doing this sway? Why was my nail doing, it was like a still shot of a wave. Why was it not smooth? So I'm looking at my nails. Not only is it a bumpy, but there's also like acrylic powder stuck in between. It got encapsulated with the top gel. It honestly looks like it was your first time doing nails. I'm like, hey, literally in the nicest tone, very like not raising my voice out. I was like, hey, like, it's bumpy. Like, is it possible if you can smooth it out? Defensive really quickly. And he started raising his voice. So I was like, hey, like, it's like not smooth. And he's like, well, I asked you if it looked good and you said it looked good. I was like, sir, you asked me if the shape was good. I'm not Inspector Gadget here. I'm not supposed to check your quality of work. And he's like, well, it's already done. I can't fix it. And I was just like, wondering if you can smooth that out because, you know, I've been here before. The nails have been nice. Like, this time it's just not good. It's like bumpy, sir. And he's like, well, you said it was good. So I kept going. So in my head, I'm like, so you're saying that you're doing a crappy job, and you know you're doing a crappy job, and because I didn't say nothing, because I didn't clock you, you're gonna leave this horrible job on my hands? Like, is that what's going on? Obviously I didn't say this, because if I said that, my voice, the decibels would have raised. This guy is still raising his voice. So he starts raising his voice. So another lady comes to see what's going on, and I'm like, hey, I was just asking him, literally, if this could be smoothed out. And she's looking at the nails and she looks at him and she starts pointing, and every part that she's pointing is where there's a bump and grind and pebbles all over my nails. So like, they're speaking their language, but I feel like homegirl's backing me up, and she's like, it's okay, I'll fix it. So she fixes it. At this point, I've been at the salon for 2 hours for an acrylic fill. This is all I got. 2 hours. It's not what I wanted. I don't want this on my nails. And it's like so frustrating, because you like go in and you pay for the service, your hard-earned money, and they're fighting you about it, and you're like, well, I paid for it, so I'm not gonna leave here if you do a crappy job. Like, you know what, this is my hard-earned money, so I'm gonna stand up for myself today. And I tried to the best of my ability, but it's still not what I wanted. Not only did they charge me a fill, but they're like, oh, we're gonna charge you an extra $10 for long nails. How come you didn't charge me an extra $10 for long nails last time I was here? Last time it was longer. At the end of the day, every time I go to the nail salon, it's a little headache. I can never find someone who does it good. And why do I always have to fight someone?
I was just traumatized in the nail shop. And I know that might be small to y'all, but let me explain what happened to me. So, first and foremost, y'all know I am a nail connoisseur. I love nails that are unbelievably long. 1,000,000 diamonds, 1,000,000 stones, design, spiral nail, it don't matter, that's me. Today I decided that I was going to give my nails a break. I was going to soak my nails off, because I kept bumping into shit and they kept breaking or lifting. So I was going to do a soak off, and I was going to do an overlay, because my nails have grown rather long. So the overlay was going to not be as long as I usually wear my nails, but longer than super short. So my nail tech is not available, but my nails were kind of hurting. So I said, let me come to a local nail shop. Came to a local nail shop, right? Had the lady soaking off my nails, explained to her, you know, hey, I don't know if I just want to get gel polish or if I want to get an overlay. I'm not sure. So as we doing that, as we soaking off, you know, it takes 2 or 3 times. You got to dip it in the acetone, I guess, whatever it is, to get the acrylic off. The third time, you know, each time they shave it down. The third time she's shaving it down, I'm not paying attention, and she takes the fingernail clippers and clips my nail. I said, wait, no, I want to keep the length. So now one hand has nails longer than the second hand, because she clipped the first hand. So she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I will add acrylic. If we get overlay, I'm going to add acrylic, because I don't want no tips. I'm going to add acrylic just to make it meet the length of the other hand. That's fine, cool, I ain't tripping. So here it is. Now we're putting acrylic on it for the overlay. For the overlay, she makes one hand meet the other hand. And then y'all know the part where they flip your nail upside down and start drilling? Bitch, she drilled the nails that are mine off. The whole fucking purpose of me having shorter nails was to wear the length of my nails. Bitch, the nail is gone. She drilled it off. There's no more nail under there. These nails look like the Smurfs. They look like the Smurfs, like the hat to the Smurf, and it don't, see, this video ain't doing it no justice. It's fucking uneven, lopsided. What am I supposed to do with this? What shape is this? What fucking shape is this? And don't come telling me about you should have stopped it. She said she was gonna fix it and shape it at the end.
Look at this.
I don't know how you bitches be sitting in Walmart getting y'all toes and nails done. Cause I just went in there and got a pedicure for the first time. Not the first time getting a pedicure before y'all tried to come. I meant in a long time, not ever. I obviously went in there cause my foot bottom was dry. And I just wanted to treat myself. The first mistake was thinking I had the confidence to sit my big ass down in that chair when I seen there was a long line in front of the nail salon. Not to mention, she made me sit in the chair right next to the line. Then I could high five a motherfucker. But I did it anyways. So I took off my socks. She's like, "Oh, it's that." I'm playing. She was like, "Damn." And she get to getting. She starts scrubbing my feet. And she's scrubbing hard as fuck. It started snowing in that bitch. She's scrubbing the dead skin off my feet like, damn. I walked in that bitch 5'8". I came out 5'2". That's when I just feel eyes watching me. I look up. It's this black boy just staring me dead in my face. He like, "Put your mask up right so I don't feel the judgment. It's not my fault I got sand people's feet."
Okay, yeah, we've seen the video, so let's talk solution. Here's the truth. The honest truth is this isn't just about bad nails. This is about bad business and unprofessionalisms. When a business have hidden fees, poor services, and no accountability, you should not go to a place like this. Here are 3 things I want us to think about. 1, self-care shouldn't feel like survival. Getting your nails done should be a peaceful experience. 2, good services start with respect. I don't care how long a business exists, they should always be respectful toward their customer. 3, excellence should be the standard and not the exception. If you like this video, hit that like button, drop your own nail story in the comment, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.